All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking something. You can't count with my count.
Hold on. We miscounted.
How you gonna count within my count?
I'm sorry. I've been drinking already. I apologize. That's on me.
Count within my count. All right, look, I got a whole little spiel that I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I do the blood. 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to the Drinking Partners Podcast live at Industry Public House here in Robinson. This is dope. Hello, people. Y'all supposed to clap when I say hello,
how
people.
y'all
but
feeling?
We didn't give y'all direction for the hello, people. Y'all follow directions. I'm Ed Bailey. I'm half of the hosting tandem of the Drinking Partners Podcast. I am joined here with my co-host, as always, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play.
We're Googleable.
Under Drinking Partners. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn. Oh, wait, I did that already. See, this is KBS. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and
Day
Facebook.
is off of a 12% beer right now, okay?
At Partnerspod.
So here's what's going to happen. Evaluate us based on everything I say and nothing that man says, okay? Do not evaluate. Hey, let's hold on, Stormy Daniels table. Y'all can't just walk away. We contributed to your campaign.
Blame it on the KBS.
They were Miller Lite drinkers anyway.
Shout out to Adam.
Miller Lite drink.
They were drinking Miller Lite. Yeah.
Were they drinking Miller?
No.
See, they were drinking Miller Lite over here. They had to get out of it. Like, if they would have stayed, their feelings would have been hurt. So shout out to that.
Anybody else in here off the Miller Lite? Anybody not drinking craft? Cool. All right, so listen, just a little background information on Drinking Partners. We are a craft beer fueled comedy podcast. We tour the city. We partner with all of the craft breweries. Try to bring fun times to cool places. Industry Public House is a cool place, right? Y'all enjoying yourselves here? Takashi, you enjoying that? You don't know if you enjoy it?
He doesn't know yet. He's sober.
He ain't sober.
Is that why you the
see
DD?
them I don't know hands? He was like the emoji. He not sober. Nobody's in here sober. Who wants to be sober? We got a engagement party over here.
He gave the shrug.
People drinking. We had the Stormy Daniels table. We got our supporters. This is
He
dope.
gave the shrug. And like it's like you gotta. I'm not even about to get. I can't get racist. It's too early to be racist.
I don't have to get racy. Look, people don't understand how difficult this is. We're talking to a group of strangers who didn't know who we were, why we were up here. I'm one of maybe 3 black dudes in here, including Day, and I'm up here on the microphone with the smallest shirt in the building.
You know
Shout
what?
out to all the small shirts in the building.
Little
Who
T's,
got on the extra smalls? I got one on.
Little T's big shoulders. Where you at?
Little T's big shoulders.
Yeah.
I put lotion on my elbows for this event.
We don't work out. We shop little.
You know how much low Jergens I got on my elbows? How much Jergens you got on your elbows, fam? None. You know why? Because your shirt is long sleeve.
Yeah.
And you turned it into a 3/4 shirt. You are disingenuous, sir. Yes, that is a 3 or 4 syllable word that I used. I am on a roll. No, man, we're happy to be here. And we got a couple special guests in the building. You guys are in for a treat. You want me to introduce?
Yeah, that's your job.
That is my job.
You know what I mean?
We have co-founder of Grist House Brewing, Brian Eaton, in the building. Say what up to the people.
Happy to be here.
Yeah,
wait.
give it up for Brian.
Thank you. If you
make a good beer
how
down at
many of
Grist
y'all
House?
have enjoyed Grist House?
Yeah.
Okay, Blicky went to Stiffy. I'm just gonna keep saying that about that group.
Yeah, that boom, like that kaboom candy, man. Oh, that pops. That pops.
I'm on some Grist House right now. I call it the Fire and Desire because it's that's not the official name, but it's that Fire and Desire. It got my nipples hard right now.
Shout out Fire the Hill, but yeah, that's a nice, Fire and Desire. Y'all gotta maybe do one of them, a little.
Can we do?
A little
We should have done that
Sounds
for the
like a
Fresh
soap
Fest
opera, but I'm in.
collaboration,
I'm in.
Fire and Desire. And we also have here, this dude has the coolest title I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
He's the Beer Executive Officer here at Industry Public House. Give it up for Colin McCullough in the building. Say what up to the people.
Hey, guys.
That executive, hey guys was so executive.
Beer Executive Officer. I feel
need
like
a
that's
hey
the title
guys.
in my house. That's from now on. My fiance is going to have to refer to me as a beer executive officer. Like,
No, we need to hold on. Sidebar. We need to practice our hey guys. This is my hey guys to show that I have power. Hey guys, how does that sound? Does that sound good? That sound like I got clout? You, Bustin' Tape. Hey guys, how do you feel? Do you feel like a subordinate now when I said that? Okay,
Would
cool.
you hire me after hearing that? Yeah,
Hire me. I said, hey guys, I hire people.
That's,
I said, hey guys, I said, hey guys, I hire people. Dave, your turn. Try it.
hey guys.
That doesn't sound right. That sounds unnatural. Sounds unnatural. So we're going to go for the craft beer lovers. We're going to do a little small interview, have a lot of fun. If you're here, you drink, you're enjoying yourself, please, get involved. But Brian, we want to ask you, you got Grist House out in Millvale. What's going on there?
Not much, man. We got a new canning line, so we're pumping out a lot of cans right now. Working on a new spot out in Collier Township, which should be up and running here by next year. And just really excited for the summer, man. Got the nice outdoor space, a lot of things going on. Doing a lot of experimental stuff with fruited sours, Kaboom candy that Dave mentioned.
Y'all doing mad sours, man. And like mad can releases. Like you got a nice like fanboy vibe going on the interwebs. Like
Mostly on this podcast.
Yeah. Like,
You two are only fans, so I'll take it.
No. People are like lining up like Tuesday morning with like lawn chairs trying to get, a little taste. Like,
we're just, cans are big right now, and fruited sours are awesome, and so we're trying to put a little bit of that New England style love into cans. Also, the fruited sours have been doing really well for us. Something that's nice, easy drinking, and that you want to keep coming back to. That's what we're focusing on.
So tell us, because sours, from my understanding, they have like a completely different yeast, so you can't just run them in with everything else. And you didn't start off doing sours. So what was that like transition? Like, what did you have to do in order to get to that? And like, what spurred you to because that's an investment in your brewery to go that route. So it's not like an easy decision. So what made you, one, what made you go into that? And two, what are some of the maybe pitfalls or, some of the growing pains in the doing that?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways to do sour beers, and considering the size of our space, right? We're pretty cramped in the area that we have. Getting into real wild sours and wild yeast was something that we didn't really want to get into right off the bat. So we decided to go with kettle sours, which is essentially where you sour the beer in the kettle before you actually boil it and put it into fermentation. So you can get that pH level that you're looking for. And so we've experimented with different yeast of strains, Lactobacillus, Petomyces, stuff like that you can actually do in the boil, and you have to let that run for a night or two before you boil the rest of the way off, kill everything off, and then put it into your normal tank. So before I get too geeky, it's basically something that we were able to do in our facility that we were excited to try out because we love the flavors of what's coming out, especially sour, and it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities with beer. And we wanted to play around with that and experiment, but we had to figure out what would work inside of our space. And so that's the way we had to go with it. And the coolest thing is right now with going that sour route is we have a great source for really fresh fruit. So we can just, sorry, I'm always the worst at that. With really fresh fruit is to just add really fresh fruit and give that almost kind of fruit puree type of sour with the tartness and everything going on in it.
I'm a fan of that whole fruit puree, like that route.
Puree?
The puree, the puree.
Yeah, figure it out. It's, you on the 12%. That's a weird word off of 12%. But I do want to ask you, Brian, and most people who are listening were thinking this and they want to admit, but working with all these different yeasts, do you risk the possibility of a yeast infection as a man?
I mean, it's always in the back of your mind.
I just want everybody to know. I just want everybody to know I'm drinking 12%, and I did not go into the infection that maybe a yeast strain may cause. You see what I'm saying? I didn't do that.
If I was going to deal with a yeast infection,
I didn't expect that out of you.
But I get it. I do get where you're going. I'm glad that you said it. I've always wondered that. Because somebody had posted a picture the other day of a hazy IPA that like they got out of a can, and like all of the there were like white bits that had like
the proteins that settled out.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
proteins that settled out. Yeah.
It looked mad chunky, like you're pouring it out of a can. It was mad chunky, and it didn't look like something I would drink. But like from what the brewer said, was like it was just some sort of, I don't know, coalescence of whatever. But like
coagulation of the proteins.
Yeah, see that coagulation of proteins.
And I've had a few beers tonight too. See, I didn't say that word. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it.
No, that's. I mean, we've been putting on our cans recently to store upside down, and it's not like a fad or something like that. We've actually noticed that by keeping the can upside down when you turn it back over, you actually get those proteins mixing back up into the beer, especially when you're talking New England style IPAs. Like everybody likes that hazy kind of look for New England styles, like you got right there.
Yeah, some of that fog.
Thing is, the reason that causes that's a lot of hop proteins and other things, raw wheat. A lot of protein really causes that haze. And so you want that to stay in suspension. When you let a beer sit, and you know why lagers always go clear is because you let them sit for so long, right?
Yeah.
Same thing will happen with a New England style IPA. If you move that around a little bit, you can actually keep that protein in suspension.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it's kind of like any juice or whatever. You get the sediments that go at the bottom.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you don't think to kind of like shake that up because it'll explode in your face. So how do you kind of, get that?
I don't know. Do
like
I
you
have
said,
one tip over,
just
one
keep
tip
one.
over. And you don't even have to. You don't have to do it. You don't have to store upside down. You just basically if you have your beer, just turn it one time, and you just want to get that stuff back in suspension. And it's not only is it a visual thing, but it's also that releases a lot more aroma and everything that's going to come out of that beer. So
isn't that going to affect the mouthfeel as well? I mean, like, it's like,
I
like haze because it has a bit of that like hazy mouthfeel.
That softer mouthfeel, right?
Yeah, but if it's all at the bottom,
you like the soft mouthfeel. I know.
I like a soft mouth. I ain't even.
Okay, I gotta pause that. Now y'all did that deliberately for me to pause that. Now,
How do you have me? Oh, I'm gonna need you to chapstick up before we. Like I'm a.
Well, that's so if you let that beer sit there, everything's going to sink to the bottom, and then you crack that beer, you pour right into your glass. If you get too aggressive with that pour, you're going to stir everything up on the bottom, and it's just going to look like little white flakes. And it's not going to look at
that. Doesn't look
it's
appealing.
It's not going to hurt you. But it's just it doesn't look
and probably not the. You know what I mean? So shit, I had a whole ass question.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna break the curse seal. So now cursing is on the table because Daya said the S word. I haven't said S word since I was 4.
That's PG-13.
But yes, S word is a thing.
What you know?
So we're gonna move on. So Colin, we're here at Industry Public House. You guys have been in Robinson for about 2 years.
Yeah.
But you made your name in Lawrenceville and dealing with the craft beer scene. What's going on with Industry?
Oh, Industry is it's one of the first craft beer bars in the Lawrenceville area. Kind of was in that gentrification time.
That is a very hipster thing to say about a hipster town.
Well,
we were the first hipsters in Hipsterville.
The thing is, hipsters say something because it's cool. People that are really passionate about something do it because they love it.
There's nothing cool about a $600,000 condo. I don't even get a yard. I got my washer and dryer in my kitchen. Like, this is crazy.
That's ridiculous. I'm new to Pittsburgh, and people were telling me that they bought this house for $15,000, then turned around and sold it for $500,000.
Don't you get mad about that? I get so mad about the decisions I made in college, namely paying for college, when I could have been buying houses in Homewood and then flipping them Jones for $500,000 this year.
I went to Penn State. That's 1 year of Penn State right there.
I could probably, like, if I would have saved all my drinking money in my 20s, man, I would be.
You'd have had a lawnmower.
Man, bro,
Where are you going?
Your 20s would suck. Your 20s would suck. Like,
I just show up. I just show up to anywhere. I get cash. Give me that. Like, give me both these floors. Like, I'm gonna take a whole. But I chose to drink instead. Now that's why we do the podcast. We're trying to make up. I'm like, look, I spent all that money drinking. We gotta make this happen. This is my investment.
But. I mean, so we also do a lot of events at Industry in Lawrenceville, even out here. Next week we're doing a beer fest called Craft Carnival. You can learn more at craftcarnivalpgh.com. But
Craft Carnival, why is it called Craft Carnival? That's a difference. It's not a festival, it's a carnival. What about it makes it a carnival?
You might guess that is a carnival-themed beer fest. And the idea is there's a lot of beer fests out there that are meant to to drink, or a lot of times it's to educate. Like Beers of the Berg was just happened. That's a really cool one. It actually has a lot of education that goes on there. A lot of brewers are actually present, and it focuses on local, which is great. But there's not a lot of beer fests that have a purpose other than just going and getting drunk. And that's one thing that we're trying to help change is offering something a bit more, something you can do, something you can enjoy while you're sampling these beers. That it's the idea of there's a lot of magazines out there that are dedicated to, like, let's say craft beer, and they give you something more than just craft beer. The purpose is there's a lot of interest that people have that are associated with craft beer. And that's one thing that we're offering. We have a couple of bands. We actually have a couple of clowns. Some people hate clowns, but the idea is these clowns are going to be like performing street acts, flame throwing, swallowing swords.
You can't breathe. So you're going to have clowns drinking beer?
Oh, they'll be drinking beer and then probably
Do they get the
fire
lipstick
and
on the
fire.
can? How does that work?
Oh, well,
I
we'll
want
see.
my clowns to be
Hey, they're the
sober.
experts. I'm not going to talk about how they do their job.
I'm scared of clowns. Anybody else here scared of clowns?
We got
Okay,
clowns.
yeah. Over here in We Just
What
Got
did
Married
clown ever
section.
do to y'all,
Anybody
though?
scared
That's
of
what-
clowns over there?
I've never understood that.
Blicky with the stiffy. Y'all scared of clowns?
I don't like. What has a clown ever done to you though? Like that's what I don't understand. Like because
Being a
everybody that's
clown,
scared of clowns ain't on.
It's
like,
in whiteface. That's the only.
It's
Like,
in
why
whiteface?
is that acceptable? If a clown
That's
showed
what's
up in
crazy.
blackface,
'Cause if
there'd
you
be
white-
a fucking protest.
If
Sorry
you
about
white
my
and
language.
you
But
actually
it's in
take the effort
it's
to
in
make it
whiteface.
whiter, that's the whole. Because like honestly, all you gotta do is stay out of the sun, and maybe you can get that. Yeah, I mean, but you were like, fuck it, like I mean, I'm gonna go.
Well, you
extra.
can't follow up my goof with your goof. Now we're canceled. All right, Ponytail, we out of here because we just said 2 F words. You scared of clowns?
Oh.
You're not scared of clowns. What would happen if a clown came and tried to take her purse right now? What would you do?
Would you fight a clown for her?
You wouldn't
Would you
fight
fight
a
a clown
clown.
for her? That's real love though. Would you?
Clown got
would
tricks.
you-
He got acid and a little flower in his pocket.
Yeah,
It's
you know what I
weird.
mean?
It's
The
strange.
Joker.
See, you didn't grow up in the Are You Afraid of the Dark on Snick. You don't know about that. That ruined
So if
clowns
you see a
for me.
dark clown in the alley, you just gonna bunch it, but his nose is done. Yeah, I mean that's a target for you. Yeah, that's
You don't
what's.
know.
Hey, I mean, a grown ass, you ain't a grown man
You don't
talking about
know
I'm
clowns.
getting afraid of a clown.
He's
That's
got
nice.
big shoes. He can't even chase after you.
Any
Huh?
hairy
He's got big
women at
shoes. He
this
can't even
carnival.
chase after you.
Yo, man. Well, that's the thing is that he got big. Yeah, he can't chase after you. So yeah, I mean, but you don't know how people run, and that's what's crazy. Like you can't even step on their feet. They're so long. Yeah, I mean, you just keep. You know what I mean? Like,
What size shoe do clowns wear? Is that
Yeah,
like
what
a
is the-
37? What
is there
are
like
those,
a buy-in? Like
are
what
those
is the
floor shines? Are those Steve Maddens? What? They don't have
How do
many
you
lace holes.
How do you pick a clown? What's on a resume? Like when you're putting
Good
this
question.
festival together.
I do want to know.
How did
Well-
you pick the clown? Like were you like yeah, I mean like what was the vetting process?
Out
Like
of the
did they have to
entire-
have so many chickens, like rubber chickens or something, or like
Out of this slew of clown applications we had,
I'm sure
which
you
was,
had quite a
yeah,
bit.
there was so many. That the one that we got is the one we chose. Is really how it happened. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I could essentially just start submitting to events as a clown.
You should
I don't
try.
need any experience. I don't need a reference or anything.
I mean,
that sounds like a very open market, man. Like
I'm
I mean
telling you,
venues,
it's not crowded.
craft beer. You're talking about these are a lot of saturated communications and all that.
The clown
But
market
clown
is-
seems like wide.
Who's the clown used as a reference? The bearded lady? Like, you know a bearded lady?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Showing
I
up in
feel like-
whiteface, I can't co-sign that.
Yeah, I guess if a bearded
feel
lady
like a
comes
traitor to
on,
my people with
you just got to
trumpet
be like, "Are
office.
you bearded?" Then cool. But a
Supporting
clown,
whiteface.
though, man, you could have like a lazy clown coming in and just be like, "Ha, all right." You know what I mean? Or you could have a whole
Clowns don't laugh, so
So-
he just did something extra.
so
if he
the
laughed
video-
out
the
loud.
video he sent.
They
Clowns
got the
don't laugh out loud.
Like that's a,
Ah,
like what's the? I mean, like, is that a vetting process?
Like, a video game.
Can I get
clown.
some YouTube clips so you laugh? Like, like I ain't. Listen, man. Especially
that's
a
true.
kids party. I don't want the wrong clown at my kids' party.
I haven't heard his laugh yet. That's true. I haven't heard his laugh. Could be a creepy
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah. It could be a creepy. Like, is it gonna be one of them it laughs? I don't want to it. Like, see what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to it laugh. Have
I
you
haven't
heard the
seen
it
it.
laugh? You've had the. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the it laugh
I
is
haven't
like.
seen it,
Be
but
like,
I'm
"Oh!"
sure
You'd be
there
like,
are
nah.
adult clowns, children's clowns. Like What's the rating on this clown?
This clown is definitely an R-rated clown.
Like,
it's a R-rated clown.
What
Oh.
type of balloon animals does he make? Does his dog balloon have a little thing that's scraping the ground? Like,
I'm sure the balloon animals are going to be a little different in the beginning of the fest towards the end of the fest.
It'll be flaccid by the end because it doesn't work. I don't. That's weird.
Wow.
Is flaccid acceptable out loud? Because it happened. I said it into the microphone. You can't change it. Oh, sweetheart, you got your shoulder out? You look okay. I said, no, don't cover it now. We saw it. It happened. She just threw her shoulder out. You better watch her ponytail. She just threw the shoulder out. She attracted the clowns.
Oh, he want that. He DDing tonight. He's feeding her.
Oh, he
Was
got
it-
the white
what
paint in his truck now.
Is
He's like,
this a Tinder thing? What's that going on right here? Is it,
he gonna put a little white streak on his eyebrow like you know what's happening later. I like that. Okay, I love this.
but y'all like, are y'all married? Is this a dating thing? Close to it. Oh, so you're still courting though. So yeah, that's why that shoulder came out. She ain't got the ring yet. Like, yeah.
Ain't
I mean,
no
she got
such thing as close to marriage unless she walking down the aisle. Ain't no such thing. I ain't hating, just saying don't do it. Y'all had
just so
clowns at Grist House? What's the most unique night that you've had at Grist House? Like the most unique event or night or just the strangest thing you've seen?
The Millville Music Festival. We had a stilt walker. Like a dude just comes in on stilts, gets drunk, and stumbles around on
Wait, a
stilts.
snow walker?
Stilt walker. Oh, yeah.
Those are still a thing?
Apparently. I was surprised when he drove. I thought I was too drunk when he just comes
He
stumbling
came to
in. He came to the Millville Music Festival at our place on stilts. He was,
And
10
drunk.
feet up in the air, had a few beers, stumbled around. He looked like he was having a good time.
He's got to have great insurance.
I want to know who his guy is, yeah.
Where do you get stilts?
Apparently they still make them, yeah.
I've
Stilts.
never.
Is this like a rent a spot? Rent a stilt?
Rent a stilt.
stilt.
Like rent a stilt? Like, yeah, I mean, or you just gotta be all
here
in.
we
Like,
go.
listen. And like, what's that conversation with your girl?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
baby, listen.
I'm a stilt
We-
walker for
yeah,
now.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
a stilt walker. It's been my calling. This is what I want to do. We're gonna need like $500 invested in this because like I believe in myself. Like,
I believe his
Apparently you
girl
can
was
get 'em on
the
Amazon.
flamethrower down on the
For
other corner. Yeah.
$160, you can buy. These are like state of the art.
160?
These are like RoboCop stilts. They got.
$160 to get
160.
in? That's the entry fee for a stilt walker?
I mean, these
I'm
are
saying, but,
nice stilts, though.
Man, you know what? That's a month of things. Yeah,
These ain't
food,
this ain't just Oakwood stilts. Like these got compression and shocks,
electricity,
and
like-
axles. These are nice stilts.
you can get a nice like a little beer fridge. It's like $160.
iPhone charger
an
on
investment.
that bad boy? You got that?
Yeah, that's
You gotta
what
make
they
that
look
work.
like. They probably do have an iPhone charger.
iPhone
I
charger.
feel like every time you see a guy in stilts, you're really just waiting for him to fall.
Yeah.
That's why they even pretend
That's why
like they're
people
about
stare
to
at
fall.
them.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
looking-
NASCAR.
yeah.
That's America
It's like
in a
NASCAR. You're
nutshell,
waiting
though.
for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
car crash. You
Just
know,
waiting
in
for the idiot to
NASCAR, it's
fall
the only
down,
reason
yeah.
you see him go around the track, lap a dozen times.
That's exactly what it
is.
is. You're waiting for that mother.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that guy to fall. Yeah, I mean, like.
Are we
you
doing a
know, that's-
PG-13 show?
Yeah, I mumbled. It was
Hey,
a
thanks
whole,
for the
not a
warning. I
whole-
appreciate
Nah,
it.
but then
Yeah.
you looked so
Okay,
everybody
all right,
knew.
yeah.
Like
It was just like.
I'm
I
just
hope
waiting
you
for a
covered-
dude to rock stilts and skinny jeans.
you
Like, why
covered
do they
jeans.
always wear the hammer pants and the stilts as if we don't know that these are fake legs? Like, you're 10 and a half feet tall. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So why did you have a stilt walker at the brewery?
I did the
just
Millville,
showed up.
Millville Music Festival.
why
Man,
not?
they had a
Just
lot of
show
stuff.
up.
Yeah,
If
they
it's a,
just
if
showed
it's,
up.
if
Just
it's in
showed
the
up.
budget, why not?
Well, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
If I could afford
if
a
there's
still
a
walk,
budget,
I have
everything's
it.
in the
There's
budget.
no event that I would not have a guy on
Still
stilts.
walking.
He can
just
reach
walking
things
through.
in
If
your
I
house
could
At
just-
for
a
you.
wedding, you're going to have a dude
Why
with
not?
stilts.
If I was at a wedding and
Just throwing
like,
dollar
somebody
bills
was
around,
like, "Yo,
just, yeah.
I'm coming to your wedding, but I'm bringing my stilts," I'd be like, "Come on, bro! Like, who's gonna
so
say
is he the
no?
flower
Who's
girl
gonna say no to some random
the-
dude walking
or the
by?
ring
Like,
bearer?
oh, that's crazy.
Take some really good selfies.
Yeah, some selfies with the still walk. Like, yeah, who's gonna say no? One
I don't
event,
trust people. I don't trust dudes taller than
Give
me.
me an event where a stilt walker doesn't work. A bar mitzvah.
Any event where the stilt walker is taller than me, I don't trust dudes who are taller
See,
than me. I don't. You got to be 5'11" or shorter for us to be friends. None of my friends are 6 feet tall. No, I'm not that. I don't trust you.
I feel
You
a certain
looking down
way.
at me, your nipples are up to
I
my
mean-
neck. I don't trust you. Like, it's
I
weird.
just, like 4 years in this cast, you just told me I ain't your friend.
Yeah.
No,
Is it
you're
a-
not my
6
friend.
feet,
Is it a
like,
nipple
I mean-
I
phobia?
haven't figured out the height disparity.
Been
Trying to get us to stand next to each other still for a while. I don't know. We might be I don't know. Brian's big, so we have a professional relationship, but we can't be friends. His toes are out right now. My toes have not seen the sun since I was born. Do you know the last time? Ponytail, you wear open toe sandals?
You wear your toes
Exactly.
out?
All that.
Oh, he's got the steel
on work
toes.
boots.
Oh,
It's
yeah. In the
90 degrees
summertime,
outside. What
he's
do you got?
dedicated. He sleeps with his
retired.
socks
He has
on.
on work boots, and he's retired.
Yeah.
He is dedicated
Yeah.
to his toes being covered.
He sleeps with his socks
Every
on.
man's
That is
big
not
toe
a.
should be covered.
Yeah. I know. I feel you, bruh. Because I don't. Yeah, I mean, I sleep with my socks on, bruh. You ain't gonna.
Yeah. You wear
can't.
wool socks
you-
in the summertime. I respect you, Ponytail. That's right. I keep my toes nice and incubated. I put lotion on right after
Nah.
the shower, and I put a thick-ass sock on them. And my feet soft as hell, but you'll never know because you don't see them. Nobody knows what my heel looks like. What do you need to know what my heel looks like?
All
My
that work
toes
for
don't
nothing.
matter.
All that work for nothing.
I don't trust dudes who are tall and let their toes be out, except for Brian because he makes
Okay.
beer and he always gets me drunk. Look at that. That table left because all
Yeah,
their
but they're
toes
gone.
be
You
out.
scared them away.
Well, I mean, a lot of
You
toes
flash
out
them the
there.
toes, they would have stuck
I
around.
see the toes. If you're a man and your shoes make a sound, it's weird. Like if your shoes clap
the
your
flop,
heel
flop,
as
flop,
you're
like
walking
the
in.
clap?
How you walk up to a chick at the bar and your shoes go, and you be like, "Hey, what's your number?" She be like, "I heard your name. You gave me the Morse code on the way to the bar. Your moist feet and your shoes were clapping your feet. It just doesn't work for me, man.
I can't do it.
In a brewery, how does that? Something could fall on your big toe. Now you're injured. Now you
You
gotta
working with
take
yeast?
workman's
That's a.
comp.
Workman's
Yeah, I mean-
comp, I don't get that shit, man. I'm the owner, man. That shit don't fly.
I'm old.
I risk
but
it all day.
I think that's the difference between our races. Like when black men get old, our toes go away. Like we only have cookout sandals. And the thing about black men cookout sandals, yeah, that's where you got like the slits in the shoe, but you can't see the foot. You just know they don't have socks on.
You're just trying to get a little
there's
air
like
to the-
there's
like-
a little glimpse of it, but
Yeah,
it ain't
you get a
like,
small,
you
but you
ain't
don't see the
seeing-
toenail.
Yeah,
See, we don't like you to see
yeah.
our toenail.
Yeah.
You can see the toe skin, but the
Not the
nail.
nail?
You see the
Yeah.
toe cleavage.
Yeah, you can
see
see
where
that
the
it's
lines
there.
separate. Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, a little
That's
toe
cleavage.
cleavage.
So
It's a
yeah.
It's a
tease.
real thing.
It's a
I don't
foot
know what
tease.
that- I don't
When's
know
the last
why.
time you see the black man's toenail?
I'm sorry. This is
Exactly.
PG-13. We talking about cleavage out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it
Colin,
ain't
when's the
even-
last time you see the black man's toenails? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We keep,
Maybe I
our
blocked it
toenails
out.
close
I don't
to the
know. It could
chest.
just be repressed memories.
keep them close to the
Yeah.
vest, man. We don't keep our.
So tell us more about this festival. You got clowns, you got stilt walkers.
We don't
If
have
you
still
get black
You
walkers.
don't have okay. That was a
toenails.
whole
Yeah,
other.
that's
was
all
a-
Chris
all
knows.
right. So you got some clowns and then you got a
That's,
carnival. What are some of the other breweries that are going to be down there? I mean, tell us some of our
One of them actually is Spoonwood. That's gonna be out there. You guys
Shout out to
just had a
Spoonwood, man. They make
yeah,
delicious shit.
They do. You
I'm a
guys just
fan.
had an
Shout out to
episode with them
Steve.
not that long ago too.
Yeah. No, they brought some, some good Killer Diller.
Yeah.
I'm out in that line. That
Yeah.
Killer.
Not Diller.
If you don't know, that Killer Diller is, it's some of that good.
I guess so. There's going to be a lot of local guys, a lot of national guys. New Belgium's going to be there. Dogfish is going to be there for two big names.
Nice.
We have Helicon that's down the street.
We love Helicon. I mean,
They make some good
shout
beer.
out them loggers out there, the Germans.
Oh yeah, the Z Germans.
You see Germans, coming through.
But I mean, it could be a lot of local breweries. But we also have more than just drinking. And if you are drinking, more than just beer too. We have a lot of local distillers. Wiggle's going to be there.
Shout out to Wiggle, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they've
Wiggle,
been big
wiggle, wiggle,
supporters
whiskey.
of the city, and
I mean, you guys know you're helping out with Fresh Fest, right?
yeah.
And that's the idea.
It's
It's
mandatory.
That's where things
It's
are
gotta
going. You don't just go to a beer fest or a spirits fest to get drunk. You want to go there for a purpose, and that purpose could be a lot of things. And ours is more
It
of
could
just
be to get drunk.
It could be to get drunk. That's
Yeah,
true.
It's
But
perfectly
there's a lot
fine
of
if you
those.
want to come to a beer fest and get
There's-
drunk.
there's a-
Nobody's like saying you shouldn't do that.
You can go to a bar that has 100 taps and get drunk.
Yeah.
The same way you could go to a beer fest
Yeah,
and get drunk.
it will cost you much more. Let me just be very clear. That's why we love Beer Fest, because $45 will get you in, and that's an unlimited 45. So it's okay if you want to come in and get drunk, but it's also okay if you want to get drunk and have another experience. You know what I mean, like
have
outside
fun.
of just drinking. Like
Exactly.
like you said, you can drink anywhere, but why drink here?
Yeah. Well, so why drink at this beer fest? I mean, besides the acts, there's a couple of cool prizes. Last year we gave away this pretty slick New Belgium mountain bike that they make every year.
Shit.
Yeah.
New Belgian mountain bike.
It's a mountain bike that's
they
like
got their
decked
symbol
out.
is a bike.
We had some.
But the bike is not a mountain bike. The bike is like one of them old school, like,
I'm not focused on
It's
the
a bicycle.
choice of gift.
It's a
I'm trying to
bicycle.
figure out what a New Belgian mountain bike is. What can I do on that I can't do on a Huffy 10-speed?
I'm not a bike expert here,
store
man.
growler. They got a
Wait,
growler
is this
hold
what
on
you
that. It
have?
comes
They
with
got your Huffy
growler
10-speed?
Also,
I bet
not just a water bottle.
Maybe your Huffy
There's some
10-speed.
growler holes on the side. Yeah, you know how they
Okay.
got the two? They're a little thicker. They got a growler hole with the, you know what I mean?
Do you got the clickies on the handlebars?
It even has a little bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Belgian.
It's got a
mountain
bell.
bike. It's got a Belgian. I don't know.
have you
I tried
guys-
to make it. I don't know.
have you guys
I
been
don't
out to
like
Rusty
to roll
Rail
my
yet?
tongue around a lot of dudes, so I'm gonna pause myself, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Wait, what?
I rolled the L. It didn't
rolled
feel
that
natural.
L,
It felt
yeah.
wrong.
We have one of our prizes is you get to have an all-inclusive beercation. I don't know if you guys heard this term yet. Beercations are coming up. TripAdvisor actually has its own page for beercations now because it's such a popular thing. But it's vacation trips for beer. So like if Pittsburgh was a destination and it is becoming one, people will go to Pittsburgh and do a beercation just to check out all the awesome breweries like Grist House.
Yeah, so
and
you go to up Route 28.
what's that?
You go up 28 and just.
Oh, just
hang
keep
out.
28 North
stopping.
is
Yeah.
beercation. Yeah.
So Rusty Rail is a pretty cool beercation spot. That place is gorgeous. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's beautiful, and they're paying for everything. You stay in one of the suites at the top. They're paying for your food. They're paying for your beer. Stay there a couple
No,
of
I
nights.
get those two mixed up. There's a railroad and there's a rusty rail. And one of them is in like Ohio and one of them is like up north. Which one?
I see what you're saying. So up north is Erie Brewing. They have a bunch of. Is that what maybe?
No, there's a railroad and there's a rusty rail. I always get those two mixed up because there's two R's. So
I
which
don't know,
one?
but
So
I
which
just
one? Where's
Googled beercation and something came up. So this is real.
It's real. I'm telling you.
so where's
Rusty Rail's out of Rusty Rail's out of PA.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a PA brewery.
Are they north?
Im-
Outside of State College. Oh,
Okay,
so they
Ponytail
like
with the
northeast, like
knowledge.
Northeast. There it is.
Let's get
All right.
Ponytail mic'd up.
He's rocking the heavy
Yeah.
Seas shirt, man.
I just
He
want
got
to
the
old
salt
school
and pepper
fucking
beer.
beer, yeah.
Don't I mean you?
Oh,
Nah, he knowledgeable, and I just want to say that she covered that shoulder. Ponytail don't play. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Anytime you
if
see a
gonna
salt
do
and pepper
that,
beard
if you
in
gonna
there,
come
you
over
gotta
and
give
take
them.
orders.
You gotta give them first dibs before you go to Google. Yeah, I mean you know some things.
Okay, so I'm looking at
Heavy
beer
Seas.
cases. And
Where's a good
beercations-
beercation at?
I have Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas,
Those
New
don't sound
Mexico,
like great
and
places
Arizona.
for a beercation.
PA
Have
is
have
not-
that been the destinations that you've
PA
heard?
is not listed on there yet, too, right? That's the last thing I checked.
Wait, did
I don't
you do
know
a
that this is
Google
like the
search of
official.
beercation?
Yes, I Googled search
Route
beercation
66.
because he said it, and I wanted to know if it was a thing. And it's real. It's all Southwest. So we got to bring that north.
That's the
Yeah.
the epic
There's a lot
Route
of room for that.
66.
There
So
is.
if you,
Yeah.
So we need the
you
epic
two-
Route 28.
So if you two had your ultimate beercation in Pittsburgh, what breweries would you attend? Obviously,
Ooh,
Brian, you would go
yeah.
to Grist House, and who else? Give me three
man.
breweries
3 breweries that I would hit if I came to Pittsburgh for the first time.
on a beercation. If you were from this place they call outer space that doesn't exist, and you got 3 breweries to hit in Pennsylvania, where would you go?
Pennsylvania.
I would hit up. I would.
It's got to be like
Well,
a
Pittsburgh.
city.
I would come in.
Like
You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do
Western
this
Pennsylvania.
sequentially. We're going to come in from the airport. We're going to hit Helicon.
Okay.
Right down
Yeah,
here.
I agree
Making
with that.
phenomenal, clean, nice, delicious
Yes, they
drinking
do.
beers.
So you got
And then
Helicon.
I would roll into Lawrenceville and I would hit up Roundabout because
Yeah.
you can't pass up our boy at Roundabout. He's making some phenomenal stuff. And then if we're picking one more, and I'm not picking my own,
You can pick your own.
Well, I mean, that we'll do as a side stop, and then we'll head over to. We're gonna head over to Dancing Gnome over there in
Helicon,
Sharpsburg.
Roundabout, Dancing Gnome.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna get every style of beer that you want to try, and have a nice little direct route and a tour of Pittsburgh while you're doing it.
All right, that sounds like a good date. Now, Colin, can you up that? Because he's got Helicon, Roundabout, and Dancing Gnome. You
It's
can choose
unfair.
the same. You can choose.
I was going to say it's unfair he went first here.
Well, you can you can
And
use.
I have a lot of
whatever.
respect that he didn't mention his own brewery.
Yeah, well, he said he was gonna stop over there on the cut. He got his
yeah,
side,
that's
he
what
got
it
his
is.
side
It's a
joint
three.
at Grist
I mean,
House.
okay. Well, I'm gonna choose other. Besides the fact that Helicon and Dancing Gnome and Roundabout make fantastic beer, and I think, man, they would be on the list no matter what. If we're gonna choose three more, I really dig the style and beer of Full Pint Brewing as well.
Okay, Full Pint.
It's not. It's not just the beer, which is fantastic, but it's the location as well.
Yes.
Right?
Shout out to Full Pint. They were our first sponsors. They released our first collaboration, the Hundo, for the 100th
Hundo.
episode.
Okay,
Yeah,
she like that yak. She off that
and
miles
right
in
now,
that yak. She like
right
Shannon
now
Sharp.
around the city on tap, you can find the Drinking Partners Coffee Porter. So shout out to Full Pint. That's a nice.
So Colin knows his audience, huh? He knows
Yeah,
that. He knows.
he's done
He
his
knows what
research.
palms of grease.
Yeah,
He knows
he
what
threw the
palms of grease.
lob up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he threw the alley oop. That was like I
Yeah, on this
here. I had
podcast,
to-
we
had to
interrupt what
break
you
the
saying
seal.
to drop plugs.
With drop plugs, yeah, it's all plugs.
Damn what you saying. We gonna drop your plugs.
Plugs.
We don't get. So you got Full Pint.
Yeah.
We only got.
You're gonna
you got
love the
two
second
more.
one. The second one is Grist House.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about place,
Yeah.
not just beer, but place, right? It's offers. We have a little puppy that we bring to Grist
It's
House all
mad
the
dog
time.
saying you gotta
friendly
have
out
a
there,
dog.
man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
one of the
dog.
best outdoor spaces in the city. I mean, I'll give
Agree.
you guys that. Like that.
Thank you, thank
that
you.
outdoor space, because you guys hosted the Beer Olympics last year,
Yep.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was dope. Like, yeah, I mean, we had to keep it relatively quiet. Yeah, I mean, but
Neighbors
like,
are a bitch.
Yo, it's crazy because you guys are doing great things in the community and whatnot. But yeah, we had to keep it like to a minimum. But that outside space is by far one of the
You can't
best.
beat it.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's sunny, it's roomy. Yeah, I mean, the patio and all that. So shout out to that.
And then last but not least,
just a quick question
yeah.
before we move on. What's your favorite beer at Grist? I mean, if you would, you know.
the Juice Canade. Is that right?
Hazy
That's
Dog
probably
Juice Canade, yeah.
It's
I
really
like
man. It's definitely one that you guys like definitely push a lot, but I mean it is really well done. It's
Yeah,
a great
thank you.
beer.
Appreciate
Actually,
that.
this is
Yeah.
fantastic as well. It's I don't
Is
know
that
what he just
Fire on
gave
the
me.
Hill, or
Is
is
that
that
what he
the-
gave me? I don't know what.
Floodline.
Oh, Floodline.
Oh, the
yeah,
Floodline.
It's really good. Yeah,
Cool.
you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
And then I definitely would check out Strange Roots as well, formerly known as Dry Log Brewing. I mean, that's
Aren't they? So those are two Millvilles, right? Aren't they?
yeah.
Is Dry
I guess
Log
yeah.
in
Millville's
Millville?
the place now.
That's a nice. I mean, honestly, that strip. Like, if you're doing a brew tour, like
Oh,
that,
anywhere
like,
from Point Park all the way up to to Sharpsburg.
yeah, like I
You
mean,
can even jump
Lawrenceville,
over,
like,
hit Couch and East End all within the same little
Yeah.
trip.
That's yeah. I mean, like Roundabout, like is one of those. Like he's one of the brewers that like brewers are like, yo, like yeah. I mean, his IPAs are just it's weird. Like I talked to a lot of brewers, and everybody has like a reverence and respect. Yeah, I mean for that. But like that whole area, Hitchhiker, DG, Strange Roots, Grist House.
28 is a real thing. That's
Yeah.
the beer case.
Cinderlands
Yeah,
just
11th
opened
hour,
up.
Cinderlands,
11th hour,
11th
like I
hour
mean,
is
over
good,
there you
yeah.
got Full Pint, Wild Side, Hop Farm. Like
Yep.
you could hit, like you said, Point Park all the way down. Like you can hit that. What river is
You
that?
can hit the Allegheny. You can
the
hit
Allegheny-
you can hit the
oh,
old-
that
you can hit the-
Allegheny
you can hit the
stretch?
old
Do
you
we
can
have
hit the
any
old
other
school and the
rivers
new
here
stew. Yeah.
outside of Allegheny?
huh?
Are there any other rivers outside of Allegheny? And if
With
I
the
sound-
Mon and the Ohio,
Mon
it is
and the
the
Ohio,
city.
yeah.
It's three
the
rivers.
Ohio, I guess the Ohio. I
It's-
ain't from here.
It's
so.
three
All right,
rivers.
Mon
Where I'm
Ohio,
from, we
Bruh,
got Lake
you have
Erie.
been here long enough to know it's three
No,
rivers.
I don't go near
You could
water,
just,
fam.
It's three. There's
What
three
am I
of them.
gonna do on a
It's
river?
like there was a whole
What
stadium
am I gonna
named.
do on a river?
It's three rivers. You go
I'm
to the
not
point.
rolling down the
How do you
river.
not
Tina
know there's
Turner's
three
no
of
longer-
them?
Because
How
I
you
don't
know
go
it's
near
the city
water.
of bridges. Why do you think we got so many bridges?
Swimming
Ain't
is
nobody
a
got that many bridges
survival
for one
technique.
river.
It is not
There's
a
not-
sport,
there's never no that-
nor is not something that I do for leisure. It's what you do to survive death. No,
Well,
I don't
you gotta
put
know the
myself
name
in
to
death
avoid it.
situations often.
How long you been? You don't know there's three
You have to
rivers.
know what you need to avoid. You see it in the road sign, like you're not going to know Allegheny might be a river.
I don't care nothing about the water.
You just be driving on a whole other side of the city. Be like, well, I guess it's a long river. It's wide.
It looked like a
It
big
must be
ass
wide.
bath.
Like
That's what it looked like. It looked like a big bath. Like somebody who don't have hot water in their
there's water
crib would go
everywhere
out
around
there.
here. Like
You ever seen Django and he was bathing and it was like steam coming up? Like
Bruh.
who heated that
Three
water?
rivers.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
three rivers. It's
But-
the point.
but I don't know
Like,
what
you
they
ain't never been
are.
downtown?
There's also
You ain't never walked so far that
737
you,
bridges, and none of them really count. Like, if
Come
I could
on,
just
man.
walk across your bridge with 30 steps, it's not really a bridge.
All right, well, Allegheny is killing the game on that. Like, that's a nice brewery
Allegheny.
tour. If you were, like you said,
Okay.
if you just go down that
brewery.
whole strip down there, they doing good things.
There's a lot of great breweries in the city, though. You know, Allegheny County has 32 breweries right now.
32 what?
32 breweries.
That
you know
is
what?
a
that
lot.
that makes sense. I mean, I thought it was a little higher, but I imagine that's
Well,
because
that's Allegheny. That's Allegheny County.
That's just
you go
Allegheny,
a little bit.
but you go to Washington.
how do you
go Washington,
versus
all that, yeah.
I mean,
So how do you navigate an environment where there are so many breweries? How do you differentiate what you offer, or do you just focus on your local following?
Us individually, I mean, we're always just trying to make the best beer that we can and make something unique and always coming out with new stuff and having a great environment for people to enjoy it, but also to get on the best craft beer joints around. Like, we've been partners in the industry for a long time, so we get on top of that. But one of the other things is there's just formed a Pittsburgh Brewers Guild that is pushing out and actually creating a brewery guide. So with 32 breweries in Allegheny County. I mean, like, Allegheny County is not that big. We have the most breweries in a county in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania produces the most craft beer in the country. So, I mean, that's saying something that there's this many breweries.
Is the MBA or is that?
So there's the MBAA, which is the Masters Brewer Association America, which focuses on brewing, but the Brewers Guild is actually just was created last November, and it's to promote basically craft breweries and the tap rooms and what's going on at the tap rooms and the craft beer that's being created in Allegheny County. So.
Nice. I keep having questions and then they don't.
I was trying to get your attention on watch him mess up. Watch him start saying something ain't got nothing to say.
He doesn't have it. He lost
That's
it.
when you're drinking it. When you're drinking a 12%, that happens.
And he got a backup.
Crazy.
He got a 12% backup.
Shout out to industry. Shout out to Adam putting this together and whatnot. I was drinking Grist House. I had a couple of those, and I was like, "Hey, do you got any like barrel aged?" That's the thing is that like barrel aged hasn't there's a lot of haze, there's a lot of IPAs or whatever, but the barrel aged. I remember when we first started the podcast, it was in that
ton of
year
barrel
where
aged
when
stuff, yeah.
everything was barrel aged, and it was like that wave, and then after that it was sours, and like now we're in the hazies, and so what's the next thing? You know what I mean,
I want to see your thunder. You go, man.
Both of you can answer.
What's the next thing? He's like, he's going to be taking notes. What is this guy going to be buying next? Let's see. The next thing, I'd say that we're probably going to go back to. So I think that the beer industry, and I think that that's a micro-focused idea. I think it's more like the industry overall. The drinking industry is what you follow. And I think the next thing is going to be fun, something fun, right? So cocktail world went from modern classics, like a spin on what used to be classic cocktails, and it's moving into back to the Cosmo almost. Not Cosmos necessarily, but fun drinks like tiki drinks,
Apple teenies.
apple teenies, but maybe
wait,
something a
the
little
beer-
less.
Sex in the City style.
Yeah.
You think the beer? Wait, is this the alcohol community or the beer community?
I'm saying the alcohol community. I'm saying that the cocktail community is going that
cocktails
direction.
are coming back.
Oh, I think cocktails have been there.
Like the Manhattan.
Nah. I left cocktails back at 18.
And 18?
Yeah, cocktails,
2018?
nah.
Yeah?
It's just straight. You got your liquor and the chaser. That's how I grew up. There's the liquor
We don't
and
do
the
cocktails?
chaser. Ain't no whole
Boilermakers.
recipe.
Your girl don't do
They're like
cocktails?
Boilermakers.
I don't know. If she do cocktails, I don't know nothing about it. It ain't when I'm around. I'm not sitting at the bar ordering a hen and Coke and she talking about let me get a Cosmopolitan. No, that's not going on my credit card. No, I don't pay for no Cosmopolitans.
That's fine.
Ponytail, you pay for Cosmopolitans? Hell no. And
Of
you
course
put your
Ponytail
shoulder
ain't paying for
you put your
Cosmopolitan.
shoulder away talking about I want a Cosmopolitan.
But
No.
Is this? Are you his lady? Ponytail lady? Are you? Are you
In
doing a
2018, you cannot
Cosmopolitan?
address her as such. You need to find out her
Chardonnay?
name.
Oh, you doing the wine thing? The little wine thing. All right, that's nice. That's
That's
nice.
as close to a cocktail as you'll get from me. You better get you some Cabernet or something. I'm not. Look, what I don't understand cocktails.
What do you mean you don't understand it?
Because it's too much stuff.
It's like that's food. It's just like anything else. You mix it.
No,
you mix
food.
ingredients
I'm not getting drunk
to make
off
alcohol
food.
palatable.
I'm not getting drunk off food.
What do you mean?
I'm not eating the food.
You're looking for the quick
It's
wrap.
not
You want the
being
quick
able to
wrap.
eat
That's all you want
type
for
of
it.
food.
You add sugar
if
to alcohol.
If I'm drinking a cocktail,
Like,
there are certain cocktails that are now
you
off
cut
limits
it.
because I'm gonna stumble home. You're not eating a steak and be like, yo, you can't have potatoes because no, it's not like that. I'm cool on cocktails, man. Give me the drink that I know and I know where I stand. I got hair on my chest. Yes, I'm drinking all brown all
right.
day.
Well, you're a dinosaur. Apparently, you'll be left back.
Call me a dinosaur.
Cocktails is a new wave. I mean, granted, I ain't gonna be drinking them.
Cocktails
but,
the new wave.
I mean,
What's your favorite
I
cocktail?
got my girl,
What's your
and I'm gonna
favorite
definitely
cocktail?
be cocktailing it down.
What's
with
your
her.
favorite
I mean,
cocktail?
like, she gonna get the
What's your favorite cocktail? Exactly. Cocktails the new wave.
I forgot it was a PG-13 show.
Get out of here.
You see me?
Cocktails
You see me
the
hold
new
back?
wave.
It's
Get outta here,
KBS.
right? You gotta call him on his stuff.
I held back. I was about to go into it, but you know what? I ain't even gonna go there. But you talking about cocktails? We'll talk about that on the after hours, after the cast. Yeah, I mean, we got paid to do PG-13. I'll tell you that later.
Aftercast.
But my girl's favorite cocktail. See, that's a whole nother thing. Again, I can't even have this conversation.
Deflection.
Drunk.
This is Sarah Sanders in front of that podium every Friday.
When I first got into it, though, when I first started drinking, it was a screwdriver, though. That was my, because I felt like I was getting my vitamin C along with, my booze and honestly, here's the thing, right? Here's what I found out. If you get a screwdriver,
All
right?
that facial hair.
You get a screwdriver and you get ice in it, right?
Man,
if you get it packed with ice, you get the, you're getting vitamin C, you're getting water from the ice, and you're getting your alcohol, bruh. You wake up in the morning, you ain't too bad.
You were the most popular lady at fucking bingo, weren't you?
Boom! Yahtzee! Got him!
A screwdriver.
Like a screwdriver.
Man.
How did you order the screwdriver?
The pineapple in it? Yeah, the pineapple, 50 cent drink night? Oh, man.
Do they sell screwdrivers at Industry?
It's not on the menu, but if you want a screwdriver, we'll make you a screwdriver.
Okay, we'll ask the bartender. When's the last time you made a screwdriver? Anybody at the bar?
Hey, Brian, when was the last time you made a screwdriver?
10 years.
Was it for this guy right here?
Hey.
Oh, it's back when they had a hairline.
I ain't going to order it, but I ain't going to turn it down either. I mean, if it's around, I'm going to, give you that. So tell us,
That's what Leonardo DiCaprio was getting drunk off of in Wolf of Wall Street. Screwdriver.
Screwdrivers and Valium, yeah.
I got a screwdriver.
So you see this with the industry or whatever, Brian, and
yeah.
We were just talking about it a little earlier before the cast and whatnot, how breweries are growing, but there's gonna be a bubble at some point. You know what I mean? And we were even talking to Teresa about in the coming years where right now it's not overly saturated, but at some point it will reach that level of saturation, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to how do you I guess responsibly expand in that? Because it's you're reaching your capacity now. You need to expand, but how do you look at it, say 10 years from now? Versus
We're seeing a bit of that now. And, if you've looked around, you see Green Flash having to pull back to San Diego, right? And you see there's another one recently that I'm drawing a blank on, but it's these breweries that expanded in the late early teens to meet up with the craft beer demand, but they weren't looking at the fact that the majority of people were now having a brewery within 5 miles of them. I think it's 95% of Americans have a brewery, like a local craft brewery, within 5 miles of their house, right? So a place like Green Flash, you're being brewed out of San Diego, right? And you're trying to ship that to all 50 states. How are you going to compete with, I guess, like in the simplest terms, like a place like Grist House, a place like Roundabout, a place how are you going to compete? In Pittsburgh, like Green Flash comes into Pittsburgh, how are you going to compete with the local selection, right? And so right now it's not a bubble. Everybody just talks about a bubble. There's a lot of craft breweries coming in. Expansion is happening. Craft beer pallets have been expanding. Like big beer's losing market share left and right. There is more people that are coming on to craft beer, the issue is going to be, it's not going to be a bubble that you're going to see in the late 90s where it's all of a sudden it pops because there is too much big money that just expanded too fast. What it's going to be is if you're not making good beer, you're going to slowly peter out, because you can right now have a craft beer tap room and Pittsburgh's a great example because Pittsburgh's a city made up of very small towns. So a brewery can open up and be that little community's tap room, right? You can be that local bar. You can be making beer, and you can be making okay beer, and people are going to be like, well, I can walk there and I can go get a beer, right? I know where I'm exactly.
I know where my
and that's fine.
Coming from is locally. I mean,
now, will you be able to expand past that point? That's the thing that's going to be holding people back, and people are leaving, high-paying jobs to start these breweries. If they don't have a plan for expansion and are not making phenomenal beer, they're going to get kind of stuck. And so it's not going to be a bubble burst where all of a sudden you're going to see a bunch of breweries close. What you're going to see is breweries will be able to last for a little while, and then they'll slowly peter out. And so the ones who actually have a good game plan and are making great beer and are doing everything, they'll be able to grow. Now, you're not going to see the national growth like you saw from the early 90s to the late 2010s, where you saw Sierra Nevada Stone, XYZ just being able to like grow, Dogfish Head, 50 states, they're in everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Breweries aren't going to grow like that anymore. There's not a bunch of room for regional breweries. You're going to be able to dominate maybe half of your state or 2 or 3 states, and that's going to be what you're able to do. The little guys who aren't making good enough beer to really go into that next step, they'll be able to survive where they're at, but you're not going to see this rapid expansion of small breweries going into regional breweries. That's kind of where we're at. It's not a bubble. I'll say it. It's not a bubble. It's not going to pop.
So but it's just gonna like the wheat from the chaff kind of.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
you have to be
so
making
then
good stuff
with
and
your
then be smart about it. Yeah.
Like you're not expanding because you're trying to like distribute to California.
No.
You're expanding because you still want to you just want to keep up with demand.
We want to keep up with the demand that's local, and we want to also provide another place where people can come and drink our beer.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that I can walk out of my office and be outside with a bunch of people that are happy and drinking beer.
Yeah.
And that's fine by me. Right now, the demand's there, so we're going to expand, but it's not a 50-state takeover. We'll be able to produce enough beer to satisfy the accounts that we have, and we'll grow how we want to grow, and that's the thing. Because we realize, and it was a big wake-up call for a lot of people when you see these breweries that
you're
were
seeing
huge. That were like, all right, I look up to Green Flash and be like, they did awesome, right? And that's all of a sudden they're filing bank. Yeah. You have Fatheads who had a tap room, and Fatheads has been winning awards left and right, and they're kicking ass, and then all of a sudden their brewery and tap room in Portland closes, right? And it's like that's a wake up call for a lot of people. So it's focus on your ground game. Make your base your home, right? This should be your castle, right? And so like we're here to serve the people of Pittsburgh. We want to make great beer for those people. We want those people to come out to our tap rooms. We want them to enjoy our beer, and that's what we're focused on. If we get out to other states, cool. Cool. But right now we're focused on Pittsburgh. We're focused on Western Pennsylvania.
I'm sure folks is like getting your cans and selling them on some like website for $100. It's crazy to them like that.
You never see that. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, like they'll get a can release and then like flip that. I need to get in this can release flip.
But a lot of the thing is like
that's probably why
people are doing that. They're following trends. It's like following your whatever. It's like there's just as good of beer being made locally, fresh that you can get that doesn't have to come through the mail and be handled by your local pack. Like I don't know if you've met your local mailman. Like they're probably amazing people, but it's not like they treat your packages that great. And all of a sudden it's sat in the warmth and everything like that. And you want your beer to sit in warm and all that. It's like you can find just as good a beer locally as you could trading for some. It's like trading fucking Beanie Babies back in the late 90s, right? It's like, you're trading this for the name, and it's like the status of having it. Like, there's just as good of beer being made locally.
It's what we're going back to. I mean, it's what it was before the Prohibition era. I mean, it was local breweries. I mean, these names like Yuengling was the local brewery at one point, and that's what people used to go to. And after Prohibition, it just fell apart and big corporations took over, and now it's just kind of going back to what it was, is people that really actually care about the product and are making good stuff.
Shout out to DJ Khaled over here. He been like mad quiet with his beard and sunglasses.
Nah, he's been super supportive.
He's been mad supportive.
He's been super supportive.
Yo, DJ Khaled. Like, no, he don't.
That's not even how DJ Khaled.
You don't get the autograph.
DJ Khaled. So listen,
DJ Khaled.
With that
Like,
in mind, though, because I think this is a great spot to end on. So with what you both said before we go, with you both being in growing companies and growing neighborhoods, industries, etc. What do you think your responsibility is to that neighborhood? Because the city of Pittsburgh isn't it's in transition, and you guys are in an industry that obviously contributes to the economics a great deal. You're also in areas, with Lawrenceville and with Millvale. You're in areas where it's kind of I mean, Lawrenceville already shifted. You're talking about $500,000 to get a 1-bedroom now. Millville, being at the origin of that.
Both
but
still have
what
their
is your
issues,
responsibility to that area to not just capitalize off of what's happening, but to really give back?
I mean, I'll speak on the side for Millvale. There was not a lot going on in Millvale when we found the property that we found. I mean, they had devastated by a flood. They were trying to recover.
Hell no,
For
there wasn't
us,
a whole lot of shit
there's
going
not
on
a lot
in
going
Millvale.
on.
Hell no.
And
You
so,
didn't say any words, Dave.
There's
no
ain't
words there.
So for us,
going on in Millvale.
Millvale kind of found us. We found the building and fell in love with the community, and it was a community that needed to be kind of lifted up. They got devastated by those floods. All the businesses left. They needed something to kind of rally behind. Dry Log was there. They were accepting the breweries. We kind of came in, and we've done cleanup days. We are at council meetings. We're doing everything that we can to make sure that the community comes around, and they're starting to face the issues that Lawrenceville's faced, right? That they're starting to face that, and we're trying to lend our opinion on how they should do that responsibly and to make sure that they're not chasing people out or doing things that upset, what's going on. Because we have a ton of people that are coming to the brewery that, they're not from Millvale, right? Which is phenomenal. That's great. But when they park and stuff like that, it does affect the neighbors. And so we're trying to find ways to make sure that, we're doing that responsibly because we want to be good neighbors and everything like that. So as far as a larger scale, like Millvale still has a long ways to go. Lawrenceville's a kind of freak of nature as far as how quickly that turned around and everything.
Yeah.
And so that's a tough thing. And I couldn't imagine the council members and the people that lived in Lawrenceville, how quickly that just became a thing. And to try to handle that, and the way government works, it's as slow as Milan to get anything done. So we've been conscious about, what's going on in Millvale, what's going on in Lawrenceville, and essentially the spillover of people like, oh, I can't afford Lawrenceville, I can afford Millvale. And so we've been talking with them, and we know that we're a catalyst beyond that, but we're trying to be a catalyst for good change in Millvale, not to drive people out, for people that have lived there their whole lives to be there and enjoy what's going on. And that's what our focus has been. But you got to figure that stuff out. That's a tough thing to do. There's never a simple solution. You can't snap your fingers and figure that stuff out. Yeah,
exactly. And so in Lawrenceville, I'm all ears on this. I want to see how you navigate that.
I'd start by saying that you're never going to beat the corporations with their marketing when it comes to taking money from a community, because that's what these guys do. Is they go in and the money is filtered out. But they're getting better and better at.
Who did that?
That was the corporations. I'm telling you.
That was Big Brother. Big Brother was doing
the
it.
man
trying to silence this voice.
The man silence a
trying to silence this voice.
Was that God?
Have you ever seen a man try to silence a collar?
I've never heard that sound before.
Yo, you about to say some real shit.
I might need to go to church after this.
I think it's difficult, and the only way to do it. So Starbucks is getting better at imitating local companies. Applebee's is getting better at imitating local companies. You go in there with rewards programs. They know who you are. They know what you like, just like what the local coffee shop used to know. And that's the idea. The only way we can do it is kind of banding together. And that's why we try to buy every local product we can. We try to keep the money in Pittsburgh as much as we can. 'Cause that's the way you're going to help the community is by buying local. I mean, we're still it's I think a better example instead of Lawrenceville is out here, where in a sea of corporations, it's one of the only independent owned restaurants out here, and it's tough to compete with these other restaurants that basically can just throw money at it. Promotions for Father's Day or whatever. I mean, it's a veteran-owned, a woman-owned company that is trying to compete with that. And the only way you can do that is by working with people like Grist House or working with Helicon, doing events with that and spreading the word and saying like, hey, we're going to help you out. We're both Pittsburghers and we're both trying to do the same thing, is create quality products and do it with Pittsburgh, with just Pittsburgh businesses.
No, respect that. And I just want to say thank you both for coming on the podcast. We had a good time for
No. We ain't about to wrap this up. I need to know.
We gotta wrap this up.
Just real quick. What's your favorite potato?
Potato.
What's your favorite potato? I know. I gotta. What's your favorite?
We're talking potato.
What's your favorite form of potato?
Russet gold.
Well, no. Well, that's a potato.
Yeah.
What's your favorite form of potatoes? You got the mash, you got the fries, you got the toss, you got the vodka. Like, what's your favorite form of potato?
Double baked.
Double baked. Oh, so a baked potato doubled like twice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you bring it out, you fluff it up a little bit, a little sour cream, a little butter, everything like that. You put it back in with cheese on top, and melt that cheese. Yeah, double baked.
Yeah.
There's another double baked potato.
I didn't even know about this.
Russet.
I'm gonna have to
got a
try
piece
this.
so bad.
He's
asking about potatoes.
That is, yeah. I
I
like
gotta
that.
work in the kitchen.
I've been having to go to the bathroom since
Yeah.
like the 30-minute mark. You know how hard I've been holding this? My abs got a real workout.
Yeah. What's your favorite potato? What's your favorite form of potato?
That is a tough question.
That is not a tough question.
I think it's
You
pretty
order
tough.
a potato. You see a potato on the menu because everybody eat potatoes. That's first.
Nobody
I'm gonna have
has
to say-
a potato
Okay.
on the menu.
I'm gonna
Raise your
say
hand if you
Point
don't
to
eat
a menu
potatoes.
that
So
says
everybody eat
potato.
potatoes.
It is-
You got a
Nobody
favorite
says
form of
that.
potato.
it is French fries.
French
But
fries. What kind of French fries though? What kind?
We're going to ask each of you, where can they find you and your respective companies? Brian, we'll start with you.
Gristhouse.com, Gristhouse, Facebook, Gristhouse, Twitter, it's just everything.
Yeah,
is
nobody else
Grist.
got that
Yeah,
name.
it's yeah.
Grist, yeah.
It's,
Nobody
yeah,
else
it's
got
pretty
that.
straightforward. Yeah,
Y'all got that.
Google us,
yeah.
Grist.
Google, yeah.
Now, if you-
Google
if you-
Gristhouse, you'll be all right.
Use transpose that T and that S, and then you'll be...
The Grits House.
My favorite
Both
type
are
of, my favorite
amazing,
type
man.
of corn.
Yeah.
My
You
favorite
could-
type of corn.
Yeah. Yo, if there was a Grits House right next to the Grits, if y'all sell bowls of grits at the Grits,
Grits House at the
You should
Grits
be.
Giving up money moves.
bruh,
should be.
brunch. We talking about brunch. Talking about brunch Sundays.
You're
Grits at
giving up
Grits.
money moves. You got to chill.
Yo,
You're trying to
Grits
get
at
paid
Grits.
off of this.
I'm about that.
Colin, where can they find you?
IndustryPGH.com. But we have so many other forms of us. Right now, it's CraftCarnivalPGH.com is the other website you can check us out at.
Go to the Craft Carnival.
Craft Carnival.
Go. Do it. Dave, where can they find us?
We are the Drinking Partners. If you're looking for us, you can find us on EpicCastNetwork.com/partnerspot. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnerSpot.
Did you do iTunes, Stitcher, and Libsyn?
I did all of it.
All right. 'cause
I was there. You weren't. You might want to get some water. You might want to break the seal and get some
So
water.
everyone who's here saw that Dave tried to transfer his lack of professionalism to me, and that's cool because as always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family. We want to thank our guests, and we out of here.